Okay, well, first off, I kicked the table. Second off, I want to say that we actually messed that curtain up. Third off, I want to say also.
Shush! It's my turn. Da, 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 da.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and this is Sophie, and I'm Sophie's dad, and this is the Shush, It's My Turn podcast. The podcast where we each have a half hour to talk, and we use a chess timer in order to take turns. And when the other person hits the button, you have to stop, even if you were giving a list of 3 things like, I kicked the table, the curtains.
Okay, I actually wanted to finish. Look, the camera's weird, don't you think? I'm having to squish into you. You've set it up way over there. Okay, well now we can see the TV. Okay, well now we can't see the TV. Also, I just want to point out that earlier we recorded an episode when it was light out because we had to record it earlier in time. But this time it's actually just light out.
So nice, the time of year. I was thinking that too, but I was actually... Should that be red?
It's always red, yeah.
I was thinking that earlier it was light just because we did it after daylight savings, but you might be right that we recorded early one day.
We did because I remember talking about it.
You know what I'm excited for?
What are you excited for?
First outdoor episode coming soon.
I never agreed to that. Yes, because we're gonna have to. Why was that funny? We're gonna have to use my wind things. Can you bring them to me so I can show?
Yes.
Because we never get to use them in here because we're literally in. We're literally in. Inside.
Can you put the brace thing in your mouth and make it look like a little fuzzy mustache? Actually, no, maybe not, because it might look like a particular mustache of a
Yes.
nefarious historical character.
Okay, yes, but how would putting it in my mouth make it look like a mustache?
Because it'll just be like, and then if you sort of tuck your lip, it might work.
If I put it up. Also, I should have turned off my notifications because I get a lot of those because my app's broken. So we're just going to have to beep, beep. One time I got 100 plus of them.
What is it?
It's just, it's a Minecraft server, and then the app just practically, one of the features is telling you when people are live, but for some reason, or sometimes the server closed down and they rejoin and it puts all of their names on the screen really fast, and or sometimes it just, every second it tells you that they're live.
Yeah, okay. So before we go any further, I just want to say it's been a long time and we shouldn't have left you.
And we haven't. And can I say stuff about that? Number one,
You could say anything you want. All you got to do is push the button.
Eleanor's typing. Number one, I have a lot to say this episode. Well, now you made me forget. What are we talking about?
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left.
We have an apology at the end. Yeah, but I wanted to say it. Look, Eleanor, so Snapchat tells you when they're typing and tells you when the text.
This is a perfect illustration of why I own a brick phone, previously known as a dumb phone. And it is partly because these smartphones and apps, you just get interrupted. Your life is constantly ding, look at me, ding, look at me. And then not having that, it just allows you to focus on what you choose rather than other things choosing to try to get your attention. So, just hobby horse, dad moment, blah, 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 usual crap. All right, go on, tell them.
But now I don't even know what I'm talking about.
We were talking about how it's been a long time. And then...
But I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to watch to the end to figure it out.
Or you could skip ahead on the bar at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, and then ruin our watch time.
I wonder if I'm doing that the right direction. When people are watching, what side am I on? Should I go actually this way?
I don't know. Do it both ways. And then you'll be right one way. Oh, no, you do it one way, then I'll do it the other way.
Yeah, you could just take the bar thing and do that.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll tell you what's happening right now.
No, just kidding. Oh, sorry.
Is we have company, and in our house the guest room is the living room, and so the person who's staying with us just came.
Oh, I thought it was the younger brother.
Maybe it is. I didn't see. Anyway, what happened is someone tried to come in, but they were peeking. That would make more sense actually. The younger brother peeked in. and then was like, oh crap, they're doing that super cool podcast. I better wait.
He doesn't watch it. Well, so we can say whatever we wanted about him and he would never know. That's how you tell if you should say something.
He would know because the older brother would tell him. He'd text him and be like,
Yeah,
yo.
but the older brother doesn't text. So I feel like that's a
He'd
barrier.
text for that.
Yeah, but does he text? Because
Social experiment. Hey, older brother. Text Sam that we're talking about him at whatever the timestamp is. It's probably somewhere around 6 minutes. Okay, keep going with your stuff. You have so much stuff.
Okay, why did we digress there?
Please.
No, because you were like in the middle of talking. You haven't even finished your sentence. I feel like before we go very far, we always try to do show and tell. Which Dad remembered his show and tell and should go first. So you go first.
My show and tell is this.
Okay, there's no way you remembered your show and tell. That's been there for years.
Totes did. Totes was. But I still remembered. This is a pen, but not just any pen. It's a fountain pen. See? Oh, yeah, there you go. And so
I always wanted to do that.
I've had it for a bunch of years. It was a cheap one. This brand, Lamy. Feel free to sponsor. But I've had it for ages, and it works super good. And I do the environmentally friendly thing. And see that? That is the refill thing. You can just buy little pods, cartridges that you throw in to refill. But I didn't do that. Well, I did for a little bit. And then I was like, man, I'm just throwing these things away. So then I got this, and you turn, I don't do it now because it'll squirt ink out, but you turn the orange or red bit, whatever you'd call that, the auburn thing at the end, and it turns a little piston on the inside, and then you can...
The what on the end?
What?
What color is that?
Well, I said red, then I said orange, and then I said auburn.
That's just very clearly red.
The red thing at the end. And then it fills up with ink from a bottle that I've had for ages, like for so long. But I'm starting to go through it a lot now more because I'm using it a lot more again. So my show and tell is this really cool pen. I just like the way it writes. I have a couple of different tips because you can get like thicker lines and thinner lines. And so I found this is the one I like. But maybe if there's people out there who do this for real, do the thing, would you? I always have that blue stain on it. And if I wipe it off, it just comes back. I find that disappointing, but I don't know what it is. So it's great. I use this pen all the time. But I'm also not like hardcore. Like I don't have a nice one. This is like a cheap one, but it's also like cheap quality. Well, no, it's like cheap, but it is decent quality. But I'm not like people who collect these and get really nice ones. I don't think I want a really nice one. I'm scared to get one. I have maybe sometime for another show and tell that's related to this because
You can't say what you're gonna show for another show and tell.
I might something related, but I wouldn't say what it is. Anyway,
She's lovely, by the way, Persea. She's French. Carry on. It was a notification that just came in. I was waiting for Dad to clarify. So you done your show and tell? Still have a show and tell? It surprised me because I thought you were just going to show the pen. So.
Oh, one more thing about it is, look, it's got that thing you can see, that sort of divot in the middle. It tells you if there's ink in it. So if I do this, you can actually see through it a little bit because the ink is going down. Pretty crazy, eh? All right, I'm super excited because Sophie we were about to start, actually we had started recording, and then she's like, oh my word, I left my show and tell upstairs. Oh. And then I was coming in, and she's like, close your eyes. And so I closed my eyes. So I have no idea what this is, but oh boy, is it going to be great. I was right.
This is Weasel Hips. This, I got him at Bass Pro Shop. Just clarifying here, that's a shop in Canada and actually America. But it was in Canada. And you see how massive it is? My bag was like full to the brim, like both of my bags, my carry-on and suitcase. Everyone is telling me, no, Sophie, no, Sophie, no, Sophie, like they control my life. So I bought it. And this is Weasel Hips. I just carried him. And whenever you carry it, like an animal around the airport, you always make friends, and it's always really nice. Some guy asked me what his name was, and I said Weasel Hips. That's the end of that.
What was the response? That line about like telling me no, Sophie, like they control my life. That was my favorite part of our conversations in the last 18 days, easily. The person who said what's its name and you said Weasel Hips. What was his response to the name?
I don't think anything important. I need to tell you something I don't think I told you though about the airport. We almost think, oh my days, we almost didn't get let through. That's a whole other story. But this story is, we met actually I did tell you this older man who reminded me exactly of my grandpa, his dad, like that side. And it was really creepy, honestly. But he was having trouble doing like the eSIM thing. And I don't know how to do that, but I was like, oh, I'd have a look.
The what thing?
eSIM cards. Like when you have a the guest has one of them. Our guest has one of them. He was talking about it the other day. And he didn't know how to do that, and I didn't know how to switch either. But I was like, well, I might be able to figure it out, and I couldn't. Then Eleanor had to figure it out. So
shout out to Eleanor. Always handy to have someone like Eleanor around. You know who else is great? Jenna, your Aunt Jenna, who needs to be spoken about more often, not because she's needy and requested it, but because she's fantastic and deserves it, I think. Anyway, keep going.
No, she actually has requested it now that you remind me. She actually did request it. She was talking about how I can now say like that she's my favorite aunt or something like that on the podcast. I can't remember because it was 2 weeks ago. Because I said, if you check the community page, and if you watch your last episode, I did say that we were not going to be here for 2 weeks because of Canada. And then a trip to York came up, and then we didn't film that one either.
And that's why it's been a long time. But
I also mentioned that on the community page. So if anyone was worried, the community page, like Scott Kohler was.
Just throwing last names. Okay, I went to pick Sophie and...
Yeah, but that's fine, right? Because you have a podcast with him, and his last name's on
So
there.
true. It just feels funny to me. I'm old. I'm sorry. Sophie and Eleanor went to...
Okay, but first I'd actually say you've put more information out there than I have. You've put the city that we live in out. Carry on.
Yeah. I'm old. I don't know. I'd make, all the blah, blah. So Sophie and her friend Eleanor went to Canada flying by themselves and then came back. And so then I went to the airport to pick them up. But like by picking them up, it means I take the train and then book a taxi home because we don't have a car. But on the way down there, it took me 4 hours to get there from the unnamed city in which we live. But I had train ventures and train catastrophes on the way down. So we're going along and we get to this place called Broxburn. And then the train is waiting for a long time, like at the station where usually it's like, everybody off, everybody on, off we go. Then a guy came over and he's like, really sorry, this train's not going to go any further because the tracks are on fire up ahead. And I was like, oh my word. So we all got off, waited. And then we all got on this other train because that train said it was going to go to the station that we all wanted to go to. And then another train pulled up and it had on the side, there's like a digital screen that tells you where the train's going sometimes. And that train said it was going where people wanted to go. So everyone ran out of that, except not me. Everyone else ran out of the train over to the other one.
You can't lose aura. That trend makes me a bit mad, to be fair. There's like people saying like, oh, like I would run to get the train, but I can't lose aura.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Well, I know about the aura thing. Hey, I'll make the end quick. Sylvia's getting bored. So then eventually the train, we waited there forever. Suddenly then our train did go, but it was like way slower. It went on a different route. Got on the Elizabeth line in London to go across to Heathrow. And then we're one stop away from Heathrow and the train just stops. And the guy comes over the thing and is like, sorry, a train up ahead of us has pulled the emergency brake. And no trains in this area are allowed to move until we know why. And then nothing happened forever. And he came on and he's like, sorry, no updates. Came on again, sorry, no updates. And suddenly we just started moving, get to the airport, and like it was empty. The whole tube station part was empty for the Elizabeth line. And there were staff all over the place. She's so bored. We're like telling people, don't come. All the trains are shut down. Nothing's leaving this area currently. So I think my train dodged a bullet there and made it, because then I barely had time. I didn't run. I didn't want to lose aura. I walked at a relatively fast pace up, took the shortcut that I know about to get from the Elizabeth line, or just from down there up, and then got there in time to use a loo, buy a sandwich because I was hungry after training for 4 hours, and then met the guy who ran the taxi, and then Sophie and the friend popped out. It's crazy. It was just crazy. So you should hit the thing and tell stories for a while.
Well, I was actually going to bounce off your thing, but I couldn't because I forgot. But what I was going to say is we almost didn't make it back into the country. Because I can't even remember. This is why we should have filmed. We shouldn't have gone to York and just filmed the episodes every single No, I want to put pictures from both of those trips up on the pictures that stories I don't say, and like the pictures that aren't on the screen, I will put in the community page so you can go look there. And then that can show you how to get there for all of our updates. And I put a little funny picture on saying that we weren't going to film the week we were going to York. But if you maybe missed it.
And it's been a long time, and we shouldn't have left you.
Make it a sad face. I can't be bothered. Okay, what else am I meant to talk about? Not getting back into the country? What am I meant to say about it? We went up to the border. I always, I know that I'm not allowed to go through like the, what is it, Dad?
E-passport. I know you don't like it when I do that, but I'm just going to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then everyone that wears headphones and like Eleanor's like studying watching our video right now and bang in her ear.
Is it really that loud?
I don't know. I'm not listening back to it, am I?
I'll do it gently, and I'll do it a few times, and then when you go watch this one, you can tell if it's how bad it is. I'll do some loud ones and some quiet ones. Do you want to tell stories so you can put pictures up?
No, you're meant to answer my question about what can't I go through in the thing, so I have to go talk to a person.
It's the e-passport control. You just walk up to this thing coming into the UK, put your passport on a scanner, and then this camera like reads your face. You put your face in the middle and take your glasses off usually, and then you just suddenly get zipped through. But you're not supposed to under certain circumstances.
And one of the circumstances is you can't be under 18. So I know that I'm not allowed to. So I always go up to a person and ask. I say, well, it depends who I'm with, but I usually say, we're two unaccompanied minors. We're both under 18. Do we need to go speak to the person, or can we go through the machine? They go, oh, you need to speak to the person, and then they let us skip the crowd sometimes. So we go speak to the person, and then this guy, right, this guy, first off, no. Okay, fine.
I love, so there's a few phrases from this one I like already. They're like, as if they run my life, that one, or if whatever your phrase was, and then they're like, this guy, that's great.
That's good to know. This guy, oh, he made me mad, and people don't usually make me mad. It's hard to make me mad, okay? But like super mad. Like you can make me agitated, but like it's hard to make me mad, okay? And then it's even harder to get me mad and not keep my composure. Get my composure for this guy. So he wasn't up there, but he did make me mad. He didn't know what was going on, and he's border control. And it does concern me a bit because we give him the thing we need, like our passport and our boarding pass. He hands back our boarding pass because I never know what to give the guy, and then, or woman. But this one was a guy. What to give him. Are you bored? Why'd you sigh? This is interesting. And then he gives it back and he was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, oh, so who are you traveling with? And like, we didn't quite, no, stop.
Who are you traveling with?
And then I'm like, we are a little bit stunned because why? Okay, first off, why would two people under 18 come to the kiosk thing alone if they have parents or like someone over 18 with them, right? And then, I mean, it's possible, right? But it just like, what is he on about? Oh, whatever. I would have moved on, not even talked to anyone about that. And they go, oh no, we're traveling alone. And he kind of looks at us, he's like this. And I go, and so I had to, you know how they do like the silence thing in interrogations? So I'm like, oh yeah, it was just like, I used the lines mom gave me because I texted mom scared like right before. I'm like, but what if they ask me why? And I didn't know all these answers to the questions. So I used the lines mom texted me. I was like, oh, we were just on a trip for fun for both of us. And then I almost said because my parents weren't invited, but then I realized that mom she was joking when she said that, so I didn't include that part.
That's good. And yeah, it's not true. Well, no, it sort of is on this one because this was just you and your friend, but we're always invited.
Yeah, but not this one. You weren't invited. But I wasn't going to say that.
We're also like, I mean, let's be honest, we're almost not as invited, which is like, you know, you're always happy to see people, but like some people you're more happy. Anyway, well, I definitely know I'm always invited, but
This is true. Okay, right? And now you've made me lose my train of thought. What was I talking about? Without clicking, fine.
you were doing like the sassy, and the gay were like, well, you used the line because you had texted mom just before, and
Yeah, so what was I saying? What was the line? Oh, yeah. And then he goes, well, you really should have a guardian with you. This is just not true. If you've ever in your life traveled before, there's like 10-year-olds flight. Like there's like a person that's like designated to people under like age 13 or something for people that are traveling alone. And then after you reach that age, which I think is 13, I might be wrong, and it might be different for different airlines, you can just go alone. And like this is just like is not true at all unless they had an overnight switch. Right? Which would be kind of a problem because we fly alone quite a bit. But and then we were stunned because this obviously just isn't true. And then I was like, oh, we have like consent letters from our parents. I start to pull mine out. So does Eleanor. I give him mine because I get it out before Eleanor does because I'm more organized. And then I'm actually not. She had like this whole binder, but because
Eleanor catching strays.
but because she had because she was so organized, it took her longer. Also, no, it's because she had more documents because she had needed more. But this guy, what was I talking about?
I think you were talking about this guy.
I give him my consent letter, which Dad wrote. It has his thing on it, and then he turns to Ellen and he goes, "Oh no, I don't need yours." So I think he thinks we're siblings at this point, which is fair enough. But the consent letter, if he reads it, only says my name, not Eleanor's at all. I don't think, at least. It didn't say.
No, it did. I said you guys were traveling together.
Okay, fine. But that shouldn't, if he needed both of our things, it shouldn't have just been that. Okay, fix. It shouldn't have just been that one, right? Because you didn't say that you were her guardian.
Yeah, I can't give consent for Eleanor to anything.
No, except for piercing places. We learned that. Like, yes, as long as you're 18, they don't ask the person.
Huh. Anyone want to go get a piercing? Give me a call. I'll take you. Underage piercings? Totally my thing.
Underage? Okay, let me think. And then we don't say anything, right? Because we don't want to go, oh, we're not sisters, and make it more complicated. And this is I got from Dad. You don't say anything unless they ask you.
Which I got from my dad.
Which he got from his dad. And then what happened? Maybe keep losing.
Then suddenly he realized that Eleanor...
No. And then he looked at our passport fronts and he saw that I had a Canadian one. She had a British one. Right? So he turns to Eleanor. He goes, oh, I really shouldn't let you into the country, but you live here, so I have to. Because, he makes me mad. And so then we go, and then he laughs. He's like, he giggles a bit, and we giggle a bit back at him. And then,
right now you look like those people who do like weird like NPC TikToks. Like,
yeah, I did that on purpose.
Huh.
And then, like my smirk.
Totes the smirk.
I love doing my smirk. And so then we giggle a bit, and he says this about, I'm not kidding, he says that he giggles, it's like that kind of, people, it makes me mad. And then we go through.
I feel like this guy was losing a lot of aura.
Let's not use that word, actually. That was just a one-time thing. Carry on. That's my whole thing.
So they come out and tell me that, and I was like, yikes. What's going on? Like, this is crazy because, we've looked it up online. And the truth is we didn't look up before this trip to see if there's any changes in policies. But it does feel like there's no way that changed. And I haven't gone back to check because currently we're not planning on.
There's also no way, like, he goes, if she shouldn't have actually been let into the country, that he goes, I really shouldn't let you. But it makes no sense why she shouldn't be let into the country and not me. I'm the one that's like, it makes no sense to me. Like, if he wanted, she was literally pulling out her consent form, her consent letter, and he goes, no, stop, I don't need yours. So it doesn't make sense why she wouldn't be allowed into this country.
It's worrying. She has a UK passport. I think that's information that might help. All right.
I already said that. Carry on.
Big news in the family. One of the two people sitting here on this couch has new glasses. So the whole...
No, guess who? You have to guess who.
I guess you.
No, not you.
Okay, guess. Can you put a timer on the thing?
What? The screen?
Like you can put pictures.
Dun, 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 dun.
You did it wrong.
No, I didn't. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. You do it then.
I think dun 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 da 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 dun 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 boom boom timpani. Love a timpani.
What's the timpani? What's a timpani?
You're just talking on your way to hit the thing. The lack of...
Yeah, but I said it again for you because I talked on the way, so I used up my time. It's like that one episode when you kept doing it because you were tired, and then click your button. Every time you talked, you went like this. All right. Like you paused. Do you remember that?
Nope. Timpani are big, huge drums. They're like probably 4 or 5 feet. Like they're as wide as the coffee table. Oh, is that information I should give? Because if they know the size of our coffee table, they might be able to figure out where we live. I just doxed us.
No, because I actually thought you were serious.
That's what a timpani is. Anyway, I was just saying you could put that like a countdown timer for people to guess by the end of the timer. But old news. One of us has new glasses. The saga of the glasses was it took for ages and all of that. We finally got Sophie's NHS free pair of glasses thing, went in, chose them, and boy, do they look great. Can you move your face up closer? Well, how was that not your show and tell? That's crazy.
Well, because I can't walk in blind and then pull them out. Yeah.
You wouldn't have needed to. You could have just like been like show and tell and then like moved your face all up close.
Yeah, but that's not, no, you know what my show and tell should have been? My seconds. Do you guys see them? No? Yes? Maybe so?
Which you can get without a parent.
Yeah, because I'm 16. I can, because I'm 16, I can get piercings and I don't have to have any more needles. Carry on.
It's funny to put those two things together because a piercing is a needle.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yes, I know. I'm getting new glasses. We've chosen them. This was annoying. Like, to me, this is maybe the worst part of the saga of the glasses. Because my glasses were not broken. They're just, I think I showed, I'm not going to do that again. Where like the coating is all rubbing off. So they're awful. Anyway, and I haven't had a new prescription for 8 years maybe,
Ooh.
and I'm old and so eyes change. So then the place we go to, Specsavers, they do a thing. It's just like you buy a pair of glasses and you get a second pair free, or you get like a discount. They have all these weird deals. I don't know. And then it took forever when we went in first to choose Sophie's lenses, because then we were just doing that. We were waiting for some more cash to come through so that I could pay for mine because we have to buy mine. And then we were just sort of like trying a bunch of pairs on of mine. And oh, that's good. That makes it smooth. So what just happened? There's another notification, and she tipped her head to
That's
read.
not what I meant to, but you were right. I tipped it to read, and then I wanted to stretch the other side of my neck.
She tipped it that way, and then to make it look smooth, like, oh, I wasn't just checking another
Okay,
notification.
so did you hear what I just said?
But I didn't believe it. So then we picked glasses, took a bunch of pictures, took some silly ones. Sophie took all the pictures as close to the tip of my nose.
You know, we talked about this because I remember putting up all the photos on the screen.
But then on this, we showed all my new glasses on this podcast. Wow. Anyway, so we did. Went back to actually get them when we picked up her glasses that were done. And then, of course, the frames I'd looked at back then were gone. So I am super freaked out about this. Well, there's two things to say. One is I don't really remember what I picked, and I feel like I'm not going to like them. And so that's going to be a big issue. I'm not really, but... And then also talking to the guy after I got them, that he basically was like, look, you really just... Because I was looking at one of the discount things rather than getting a second pair free, and because I don't really want two pairs of glasses. And then he talked me through it, and it's like, okay, you really just should have a second pair.
And he talked him through it for about an hour. Carry on.
Yeah. And then so I had to go pick another pair of frames, and I was just so
About 3 times. Carry on.
because so I was so done with it. I hate picking things. I really do. I just want it to be like this one. So I had to try all kinds of different ones on, and then I grabbed some quickly, went back, and then put them on, and the guy was like, those don't work for your face. Straight up told me, like, I'm not going to sell you those glasses because they look stupid. So then I took those back and picked another pair quickly that are way different than the main pair that I have, but they're each for a different thing. I've got the varifocals for everyday all the bits, and then I've got vocational glasses for reading and computer screens. So
Also, I know this is the wrong prescription. I just think it's a good time to bring this up during the podcast rather than real life so that it can be a little lighthearted.
So I'm going to pick up my glasses on Thursday. So next time we record, you'll see them. So Sophie has this thing where she's always sure that she gives the wrong answers on eye tests. And
because she stresses me out. But now I'm excited that we got a new one because I think it's going to be better. Because, no, can I tell why?
Did you just say, can I tell a lie?
No, can I tell why? Because I thought you were going to go tell why. I'm going to tell you why. Because every time she would go A or B, and I go, whenever I didn't see a difference, I would just lie. But I've gotten better, and I said, oh, I don't really see a difference there. She goes, oh, okay, let me try again. A or B. And I go, still not seeing a difference. She goes, oh, okay, let me do it this way, B or A. No, I'm still not seeing a difference there. And then, go on. She goes, A or B. And then I go, fine, A. I'll choose one if you really want me to. Carry on.
Yeah, I have the same problem. I always feel like I don't know. And then they act like you're doing something wrong by not knowing. But it just doesn't seem clear, the difference between them. It feels like everyone should have the same issue. But the only two people I know who've had it are you and me.
Well, it might have been our eye doctor in the way, our ways didn't clash with her.
I had it back in Canada too. I remember going to eye tests being like, yeah, I don't know, they sort of seem the same to me. But then they weren't. I don't remember being told off or scolded. Can you scold me?
She didn't scold me. She just thought that if she kept going, it would change. She was honestly a lovely lady, but
she was getting a little annoyed.
No, never. Never for me. She might have been getting annoyed for you because you're a grown man, but for me, never.
I'm a grown man.
How old are you? I said pushing 30 to Sam, and I took it back because people say pushing 30, but I realized you're just way older than that. So are you pushing 50 now? I was being genuine.
I'm 45.
Yeah, so you're pushing 50.
Sure.
Or no, it's...
Sure. I'm not scared to get old, though. I don't mind. My older brother will turn 48. Maybe he already is. Maybe he'll be 49 this year.
So he's really pushing 50. But it's pushing... I don't understand which way it is. It's pushing 50. Look at the cloud. Oh, that's the lights.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing a minute ago. I was going to mention how the background looks like we set it up as a fake sort of Ghibli sky, but
I mean, to be fair, some of those are clouds. Just I was looking at the bright ones. Those aren't clouds. Because look back. No, back. Turn. Oh my days. How much time?
Okay.
So now is that a 15 or a 12? Which one is it?
Shout out to all the.
I never knew you could make that sound.
I can do it again. Oh, that was loud. Sorry for the headphone users. It's just fun. There's at least one individual who is always watching for you to mess up the numbers, and you did it again.
I tried to put us on Apple Podcasts, but I couldn't figure it out and gave up.
That's cool. I wanted to talk about your glasses, hear about trips.
If you know any talk about it, I have a few more things to talk about. So I wanted to tell you a lot that I'm just decided that I'm putting all of the pictures on the community page so I don't have to go through this whole thing. But me and Eleanor okay, let me tell you this story. So we view on Alyssa's, my cousin's, phone app because some reason she can get the seat map. She's not even on this plane and I can't get the seat map. So I asked her to send me a video of the seat map. She comes in clutch really quickly and sends us. We noticed that like there's about 4 people in the back of this plane. And so then we asked the girl, we're like, oh, is there like a row for us to sit? And then we blocked the pathway. I couldn't get out of the way. I told her, let's wait to ask, but she was determined to ask then. So we blocked the pathway. I get out the way eventually, and then she goes, oh yeah, you sit here, and then the other person sits here. So like there's a man, Eleanor, me. The man, Eleanor, me. And then it was, what she said is Eleanor moves out of the middle seat, moves onto the one here, and then there's 2 people beside her. Like, oh, this is nice. I get a whole middle seat to myself. And then this lady comes by and says, hey, I think you're in my seat, to Eleanor. And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. By the way, this lady helping us is very, very nice. And then so we move back. We don't say a word. We don't want to cause any more troubles. They're boarding a plane. Let's leave them alone. She comes to us. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And she was really, really sorry. And we go, honestly, it's not a big of a deal. And then she moves us way, way back. And she's like, oh, but it's like at the back of the plane. Does that matter? No, not at all. Because we move back and we get like a whole row to ourselves. Like I get 1 row, Eleanor gets 1 row, and there's still rows empty. It was crazy good. It was the best flight I've ever been on in my life.
I've been on flights like that too. It is nice to get a little bit more room. Did you guys lay down and like sleep?
I did. I can't sleep on planes, but I did. We both laid down, yeah.
That's cool. I remember that.
I have other stuff to talk about.
But we can't just have you tell stories because then...
No, listen. Oh, okay, then what?
Because then, like, we have to do more back and forth. It can't just be stories.
Yeah, I was going to say,
okay.
Is it against your morals of talking about, look, he's moving on his own? Is it against your podcast morals talking about Coachella?
No. I love Coachella. I've been dying. I was going to bring it up, but then I was like, I don't know. That might be like, cracked aura or whatever. So
I said 1 time. Now you've done it 3 times.
Coachella time.
So I wanted to hear your opinion on Coachella. Hit me.
I have almost no opinion on it. Like, can I have more direction? Like, would I want to go? Or, like, do I think it should be happening in the world at all?
Sure.
So the answer to the question, can I have more direction, is no.
But you just gave yourself questions. You didn't need direction.
Do I ever want to go? No. Heck no. Not a chance. There's absolutely no way I'd ever want to do that in my life. I actually like live music, but I don't want to go to like huge, big festival like that. I like small venues. So yeah, no, I don't want to go. Should the thing be happening? I think it's probably fine. I think people, like, of course, there's lots of foolishness and stuff there, but I don't know that Coachella's like the cause. Like, is Coachella a culpable cause of the evil that happens at it? I don't know. Or like that people choose to do at it? Probably not. So that's the start of my opinion. What's your opinion about
Well, I would never want to go either. It's just too busy. The only way I would go is if we're ever famous and we get artist view, because they get to go in front of the barricade. But I watched these 3 girls.
Okay, so earlier the thing you said was my favorite part of conversations I've had with you for the past 18 days. Now my favorite part of conversations that we've had for the last, I would extend it to 19 days, is you saying, if we ever get famous enough to get like,
No, I said if we ever get famous.
and we get famous to the point that we would get like VIP seats because we're like celebrities.
That's the only way I'd ever go. Like, I feel like it would be hard for me to go to like the actual Disneyland or World. I don't know which one. Again, unless we get like those fast passes, because you can't catch me waiting in a, like, I don't think it's worth it at that point, because I'm sure it was fun when I was younger. And I like grew up doing it, so like I was used to it. But like, you can't catch me in a line for like 3 hours.
This is the new phrase. You can't catch me. This and that. That's interesting. I'm just noticing.
Interesting. Let's talk about Coachella. I want to talk about Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, do you know he was like the, what's it called when it's like the one?
I think it's called being the Tyler.
No, like, what's it called? The headliner. Justin Bieber was the headliner. And he there's this thing going around where he's singing, because he obviously got famous when he was younger, so he had a younger voice. So he's singing in his normal voice. He goes, "I'll show you off. Oh, I'll show you." And then the crowd starts singing with him, and you can see him get excited. And then he like goes up to like this pitch of his younger voice, and people started crying actually. And then because I don't know, they were excited for him or something like that. And then because like they estimated 1 million people were there. Can you imagine 1 million people in one spot? I don't know. And then he was the headliner. Keep that in mind.
I do know something about this because then it was on BBC or the website things that I go to, where he was like sitting there with his laptop playing old YouTube videos of himself. And it's like, these people paid thousands of dollars for tickets and are sleeping in tents. And he's just like, but yeah, sitting on stage is like, "Oh, I got my laptop," and then puts it on the screen. And it's just like, I mean, it's like this. It's like you and me.
It's so funny. And he plays old memes as well, and everyone's having a good time. And
then that was the thing I saw online about it, is they're saying like, you know, sitting like browsing YouTube with Justin Bieber is like a vibe that people would be like interested in. And I was like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and what I was saying is I watched these 3 girls on YouTube who got artist like VIP space so they can go in front. Like they could not, like they were like squished. They had to leave. They couldn't watch Justin Bieber. They couldn't watch the Biebercella.
Because Biebercella, because they were too crowded in the VIP section.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
1 million people.
Wow. So you know what else we could talk about? So last year there was a football match, football in the UK version.
Before we talk about that, I want to give you sweets. So.
That's fine. I'll take sweets.
So Eleanor brought around these, and they're really good, and I didn't realize that there was only one left, so I guess here you go. Or I brought these so I didn't get FOMO, but if you want one of these instead. These, I love these. I'm going to click it for yours because it's taking up your time. Well, we're not going to talk.
This is a mango bite. Oh, wait. 1. I'm ready. Tell me when. 1, 2, 3, go.
These are brilliant. These ones, they have like stuff inside of them.
I feel like we have those in Canada. Wait.
I got them from Canada.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. I don't remember these ever in Canada. This has Arabic.
Eleanor brought them. Did you hear me earlier?
But then from Canada? Because.
From a restaurant she went to when she came over yesterday.
But did we not just establish the strawberry ones come from Canada? I feel like all the things have just. Like, I'm old. I'm pushing 50.
Carry on. Talking about your mango bites.
It's not. It's nice. It actually tastes like mango. Like the strawberry. I like those ones. They're too big. Honestly, there was a time in my life I was at a restaurant. And they had fruit candies that were like the size of my pinky fingernail. Which is bigger than a lot of people's pinky fingernails. But it was like, that's the perfect size candy. This one here, this should be 3 candies, not 1 candy. And those strawberry ones should be 4 candies. What are you doing? Is this a thing you're gonna do where you just get bored and start like humming songs while I'm talking?
I was having fun, but you can ruin it if you want. Carry on. Look how dark it's getting.
That's crazy.
Put us in a time lapse and you can see the dark getting darker. Carry on about your mango bites.
It's good. I don't have more to say. I really like it. It's a candy that I would eat happily again, which isn't true of a lot of candies. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Would you like to give me further guidance or categories to...
No, I want to start about my TikTok channel. Account, not channel. TikTok's really different to any other platforms I've posted on. Because, like you don't... Like, I've posted on YouTube before, like, not this. And you don't get, like views. Like, short time content, when you start, you'll not get a single view. Or, like, you'll get 1 like. Or, like, you know, like, it's very unlikely that, like, anyone's gonna watch it when you start. TikTok's different. Because everyone's on it all of, like, a sudden. Like, you can refresh and, like, see it. And, like, it was so weird. Because, like, 100 is, like, normal. And 0 isn't. So I would just want to talk about how the Switch was weird. Carry on. I felt like you'd have opinion on it.
I was just trying to follow the description, mostly. So there's this football match. It's a charity football match. And it was like... It was YouTubers. And I remember both you and the younger brother wanting to watch it last year. And I was sort of like, you know, eye roll, like, oh my word, these like attention seeking people doing this big thing. But then I actually went to watch it. And I was like, oh my word, this is like the most wholesome thing. And it is. It's the Sidemen, which I think are the KSI people, against the like YouTube All-Stars.
They changed it up.
These fools sell out Wembley. There's that many people who want to go watch like amateurs play mediocre football. But then it was super wholesome, not like, you know, gross. And they raised a ton of money. And this year, you told me £4 million. It actually was
6 million. Sorry.
6. Hold on. Maybe people want to guess. Bum, ba, 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 ba. How did you sing that song? Was it like that?
Bum 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 bum.
That's the part that I feel just goes wrong. So that football match happened again. Mostly, I just wanted to be on the record to say that a YouTube thing like that was actually super duper like wholesome, and it was entertaining when I watched it. I didn't watch it this year.
They did it differently this year. They split them up because I don't know why they didn't. Listen, they always win. Like, they've always won, the Sidemen. And then last year they didn't. And then this year they decided to split them up to make it more fair, even though they didn't win last year. I don't know. But they split them so 3 and 3. So it's no longer the Sidemen. It's just confusing because, like, half of them are on the YouTube All-Stars team, and then they, like, draft people. So it's not, and then they still lost the Sidemen team, but it's not the Sidemen. It's 3 of them, or I don't know how many. It might have been 2 or 3 because there's an odd number of them. But they should have won in the end, but like they didn't. And then so I don't know. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, it was great. And currently, I could be watching snooker. Snooker, I think, is one of the great television sports. And right now, they're back at the Crucible. I can't remember what tournament it is, but I've liked watching snooker and curling for ages. But I haven't really watched any of it. I just feel like in my free time, we've gone over all this, but like I don't really want to watch TV. But anyway, snooker's on, and it'll be on.
Also, Eleanor thinks you're crazy for not liking commentary.
So does Caleb. I think, yeah, your older brother posted on there. It was just like,
oh yeah,
he'll, yeah.
I don't know if I should say this or keep the magic, but sometimes I just do this for Caleb when he gives like a huge paragraph of like detailed writing aimed at you. I don't ask you what you want to say. I just say something rude back to him and go, because what I do in the comments, because there's 2 of us, I go, Sophie speaking, Tyler.
I know this. I've gone to look. I see it.
And you didn't say anything? And you didn't say anything?
I never noticed anything on there that I felt like I hadn't actually said in response. Maybe I just wasn't watching close enough.
No, it's not actually rude. He like did a whole paragraph once about the commentary thing, and I go, Tyler speaking. Yep. That's the extent to it, which is rude. Carry on.
So I think that was it.
Listen to this ASMR. Ready? Ask my own. Rate whose is better.
I
What? You what? You what? What were you gonna say?
I was thinking I was gonna say something, and then I decided it was against my principles, and so I shouldn't.
Go on. No.
No, I don't think I will.
Okay, then I'll tell you about Suni. Do you know who Suni is? Suni?
No, I don't know who Sunni is.
Okay, thanks for telling me. Suni is this little kid. Oh, it's against your policies. Suni is this little kid, and her mom and her dad raise her, and she's really cute. And then she now has a new kid called Mickey. Are you gonna make fun of the name?
No, what are we on about here? Like, this is not a person you know in real life, clearly.
No, they have a huge following now because of. Actually, I don't. To be fair, I don't know if they had a following before Suni. I don't think they did. Because Suni just brings them all in. Everyone loves Suni. I'll show you. I've probably shown you Suni before.
I feel again. I'm all like appalled because it's like, oh, this sounds like the people who are like, you know, preggers Instagram or whatever, and then they're basically aura farming their family.
Oh, but
for
Suni
things.
deserves to be aura farmed.
But then it's wow, that's a rough thing to say.
Yeah, but not like that.
But then, I mean, the truth is that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, this whole podcast, I've played it up like it's all Sophie's thing. It's really me. I want to be internet famous.
Famous, not famous.
Famous?
Yeah, I've said this like 3 times and you still haven't asked, and it's made me sad.
Sophie, why do you say famous?
I'm not gonna tell you. But Suni, it's a bit different though, because this is where I'm a bit conflicted, to be fair, because I do watch all these like family vloggers, and like they have these really sweet, wholesome lives, and they are really good, decent people, like the parents. But Dad apparently doesn't think so.
It's like watching a car drive by like on the road, and then like you just get that one little glimpse, and then like describing their full lives. I'm just saying, like, you don't know that they're decent people, you know, from these videos. You just don't.
But you could say that about anyone.
Yeah, but let's say it in particular about this, I think.
They're good, decent people because... No, they're good, decent people. Because...
And I'm saying maybe, you know, I'm not saying they aren't. Just saying, do we know that?
They're good, decent people. And, like, good, decent people can, like, post their kids and, like... But then it's like, is that really good for the kid or not? You know? There's this one person on YouTube that I follow and watch their videos who was, like, fully against the whole putting their kids on YouTube thing. And she, like, talks about family vlogger channels specifically. Usually the...
Did you just say family vlogetry?
Family vlogger families?
That's great. I want to use the term vlogetry.
I didn't mean to say that. I don't know what I meant to say.
It's like archery, but vlogging. Or it's like I'm working on my vlogetry skills.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I'm thinking of going into vlogetry.
It doesn't even make any sense. This girl, but usually she talks about family vloggers that you're thinking of, like the stereotype, or they're like they're not good people.
More like stereotype.
Oh, because they like do genuinely like put their kids online to get money, and like you can tell that. Have you ever heard of I almost said Forrest Frank, who's a Christian artist who's really good, but it's Frankie something. It's Frankie, I think.
I've had people I've known named Frank, yeah.
Yeah, but not this one.
No, I probably don't know this one. There's most of these, like, the people in these worlds I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but this one I didn't hear of until the documentary. Look.
Mine did not turn. So the end of this candy,
Hold on, let's think. Yours was yellow. You interrupted me mid-thought, by the way. I was gonna tell you, I didn't know about this woman until she was in jail. Like a lot of these family vloggers that are like actually horrible. Like I don't know a lot of them until they're in jail. Or like I watched one of them who people say are bad, but like I don't know. But this eight passengers was the name of the family vlogging thing.
do you know all of this started like when I was, well, there's the whole thing when I was in my like 20s.
Ruby Frankie. Carry on.
And there was a channel called TLC, which used to mean the Learning Channel. And then it was just like educational stuff. But then it just became Reality TV Central. And then there was this family who I can't remember, but people were super into them. Partly, I think, was one of these things where they were Christians. And so then a lot of Christian people were like, oh, it's so nice to have good representation for Jesus on TV. And they had like 1 million kids. And then it turned out like the people in the family were really awful. Like
They always have 1 million of kids.
like abusive to the kids, and the guy, I think the guy's in jail. And anyway, it was just awful. And it was like, it's like, man, this was bad from the start. It was bad when they put it on like television. Why would it be better on internet stuff? But anyway.
Didn't know where you're going with that one. But 8 passengers was about the same. They were like, they called themselves Christians, but they were more like culty, you know? Like they didn't do Christian practices. They did like the one that like mom's watching on TV right now about like that's the one I watched, a documentary I watched about like how they call themselves Christians, but like they're not because they don't even do Christian practices, and they're like this like unhealthy like weight loss people like pushing it through the church by having a church, and it's just really weird. What am I talking about?
Yeah. So questions for you, because like I was around for the starting of Facebook, and like there are pictures of you guys. Like I would put pictures of you guys up on Facebook, and now people are way different about that and a little more apprehensive, and like I am as well. But do you wish I'd never posted pictures?
But like here's the thing, like this is why because there are good decent people doing it, and like that doesn't turn into bad things because like their kids can go look at all the memories, but they can do that other ways too. But like I don't necessarily see the problem in it, but like it puts the kid in like more dangerous situations. So like it's like I don't know, like is it really worth it? Probably not.
So the question, do you wish?
No. Yes, I wish you did.
Well, I did. You probably wish then that there was more stuff, because sometimes this has been fun. We go back and because we don't have photo albums, and I don't like. It's not like I have a hard drive with all the old pictures that, got taken in the family. So then, like the best way for us to do the thing, like I used to. I remember we had photo albums as a kid, and I remember we all had one that was ours in particular, and I have it now. It must be in New Brunswick. My mom had done them. And you could like sit and flip through and like look at the old pictures. Well, what that looks like for us is Facebook.
It also looks for like the home videos.
Oh, the home video. Yeah, because yeah. Nana took a ton of videos, and then they can watch
and
them.
like Jenna did as well.
Oh yeah, we could talk more about Jenna. Not because she is needy, but because she's wonderful and deserves it. I thought that we could, and then we could both share, but you only have 10 seconds left. We could both share some of our favorite things about, just individual people. Maybe someone like Jenna, not because she's needy, but because she's wonderful.
What are you doing? I actually don't know what you're doing.
But because she is wonderful and she deserves it.
Do you know what I do wish though? Click the button.
No, tell me what you wish.
I wish I could do the splits. I'm working on it. I could do half a push-up now. I thought I said 2 seconds. Click the button. Okay, fine.
So, just me for a little while. At church today, I looked over at one point. I was talking to the minister and looked back, and then you and younger brother were laying on the floor trying to do push-ups, which in this country they call press-ups. And then other people were joining in, and then a guy at church came to me after, and he's like, Sam's in on the press up challenge, and like, you know, wants me to like crack the whip and make Sam do like physical workouts so he can do the press up challenge. So I don't know what's going on, and now I can't even ask you about it because this whole thing was like, I was going to go, what was going on with that, but you can't say because your time is up. So did I miss doing this for 3 weeks? Yeah, I think I did. I'm glad we're back. And we're just about done. Hi, everyone. That's the whole thing for now. This has been the...
Nope. Wrong. Try again.
Hey, I'm Tyler, and this is Sophie, and I'm Sophie's dad. And this has been the...
Shush! I'm talking. And then that's the end.
Shush, it's my turn. Podcast. And now it's time for our bonus apology thing.
But you can't stop midway through. I took a ticket to the long way round. A couple whiskeys for the road. And I should everywhere, 'cause I'm gonna miss you when I'm gone. Ready? When I'm gone. Sing it. When I'm gone.
When I'm gone.
I'm gonna miss you
When I'm gone.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you everywhere. I'm gonna miss you everywhere. 'Cause I'm gonna miss you. Harmonize when I'm gone.
No, harmony. One person goes up. Anyway,
When
that's it.
I'm
That's to say,
gone.
sorry for
When
being gone for so long, everyone.
When I'm gone.
Phone's gonna die.
Do
Better
two
hit
up.
stop
Do
so
two
it
up.
saves.
Ready? When I'm gone.
No, you have to stay down.
Ready?
This is now.
When I'm gone.
It's not
Also,
gonna-
we're gonna have a hiking episode. I said it so it has to happen.
Goodbye.